What's up, you sexy mofos? It's Pwnstar for hire, and I'm bringing you a COD4 domination game. I guess I'll switch it up a little bit since I've basically been doing some TDM. And, I decided to go ahead and do one of these videos in rendering, because rendering can be a bitch with a 10-minute video for me. It can be like 4 hours, so what I decided to do is, people have to plan this shit when it comes down to making videos. I ain't got 4 hours to blow, and obviously in that 4-hour period, I can't use the computer, let alone record or anything like that, because I'm a cheap ass and I can't, afford a real one. So here we go. I decided, you got to time it right. I'm gonna go take a nice shower. None of you are invited. I know I didn't want to just kill your hopes and dreams right there, but you're gonna have to deal with it. The door's unlocked, and I'm sorry, I play hard to get. So here we go. We have a pretty good game. A lot of these guys are really bad. I think this is a 70-5 game. I mean, I think it's a pretty good domination game. I really like Call of Duty 4, and I'll mention my differences and the things that I really like about this game with kill streaks and everything in this. But I'm just gonna let you guys get a little refreshing, because I've been doing the TDM. The 59 kill game will be up on Machinima hopefully this week. And I guess I decided to get a domination game together. A random sub noticed me in this game. I picked him up, and Ambu is obviously gaming with me like usual. So just hanging out, and this is obviously going to be a little bit longer game, but if you want smaller, go see Gold Glove. Ha 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 ha! Shut up, phone. I'm sorry. Look at that. You ruined it. You ruined my joke. I fucking hate you. Who's texting me? Alright, onward and so forth. And as you can tell, I sit here, and there was another guy in this game that noticed me and, called me a camper or whatever, but it was basically I was like spawn locking and flipping the spawns and, all this random shit. And as you can tell, I didn't have the deagle. I'm pretty fresh to this, and I don't have too much experience with it, and I'm still trying to find a good gun. I've used the AK. That 59 kill game is the AK. I've obviously had a handful of games where I like the M16 because that's what I like. I've tried the MP5K. I wasn't a big fan of it, so I'm still trying to find my mojo, if you know what I'm saying. I lost it. Can I have yours? Ooh. So I'm sorry. I'm a little hyper right now. It's always fun when you gotta go take a shower if you're Pwnstar. You know what I'm saying? Actually, it's really strenuous, all the lifting, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta go do that. Amanda's coming over tonight, and I'm trying to have my fun now because she's gonna force me to watch Toy Story 3, and I am so overjoyed if you can't tell. And there we go. We work up a little 20 kill streak, and as you can tell, I'm just playing peekaboo with them right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know how, because I'm unfamiliar with some of these maps, backlot, pipeline, all these. I don't know the spawns, the rotations, or any of that stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I know there's a big fucking red letter over there, and, odds are they're going to spawn there unless we cuddle up with them, and then they end up flipping somewhere else, you know what I mean? So I try to tease them a little bit, a little hit and go occasionally, and I like to have some fun. And what I have noticed in this game is it really takes a lot. It really takes a lot to flip the spawns in Call of Duty 6. You basically have to have intercourse with C to get them, to flip over to A. It takes literally all of you guys, telling campfire stories on the objective to really, get them out of there. I don't know what it is, and I really like that about Call of Duty 4. I mean, you could just simply look at it and fucking high rise, and they're already spawning behind me. You know what I mean? So I like the comfort and the availability to spawn trap in this, and but that also leads to another thing that I don't like about this game, and that's obviously the fact there's no host migration, which is why I don't play search. I did a 9-0 game the other day in the first 2 rounds, and the host quit out on block, and yeah, it's just, I don't know, one of the things I don't like about this game. But what I really do love is the kill streak setup. Well, speaking of kill streak, there's 25. What I really do love is the whole kill streaks. I like the set kill streaks. I would be so happy if that was the only way to do it. Because the fact that it's such a simple kill streak, and people basically won't camp for them as much. I don't see as much noob tubing. I don't see as much, camping in this game, because the kill streaks aren't outrageous. There's no 7, 9, 11, where they gotta play a little different to just squeeze out those extra couple kills, you know what I'm saying? So I like that this is a little bit more faster pace. And you can get it all together, and a good teamwork, and I gotta say I really love this game a lot more than I did MW2, and what I loved about the kill streaks, and what I like about TDM is I give credit. I didn't know, when I used to see like a 42-4 gameplay on Call of Duty 4, I didn't give a rat's ass. I'm like, wow, I see that all the time on Call of Duty. But that's with, the Harrier getting 5 kills a fucking drop. The Pavlo or Chopper Gunner, 10 or 20 of the kills. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I didn't understand, that it was a lot more difficult to get higher kill streaks in Call of Duty 4, in my opinion. It's because you don't have those giant kill streaks that you can stack shit with. and that's what I was trying to find out, because a 40 game is not that hard to do on an MW2, but it is a little harder on this. But because of the fact that there's not as many kill streaks, therefore the games don't finish as quickly, if you know what I mean. That's a lot more time for your guys to get around and kill other people, which is obviously going to squash your chances at a higher number. So when I got that damn near 60 kill game, I definitely I didn't know, I should have prepared. I should have wore some Depends. I wasn't ready. I was all excited. I was like, wow, that's really good. I've hit 58 and 59 a few times on MW2, but that was, my 59 game I hit on MW2 was with the Pavlo, and the other ones, were with like the gunners and stuff. I've seen 55, 56, 57, those are the high ones you usually see on MW2, but they're usually with a chopper gunner. And, that obviously speeds up the game, gives you a lot better chance of getting kills, and it shows that you have to use the gun a little bit more in this game to get those kills. And, what I'm doing here is I'm trying to play the spawns properly. I know what I'm saying. I'm not taking any of the objectives. Why? Because I notice that these guys keep spawning around me, and I don't have a problem pegging them in the face. Not to mention, a couple of them were pretty noob, and there was this really, really fucking pro idle guy that was really getting hit by every one of my shots. He didn't know what to do. He was probably, just on the shitter or something. And I just really like this game. I wish I would have found this like a month ago. I would have quit MW2 a long time ago. If you guys have never tried this game, or you guys have missed it, it's only like $15 at GameStop. So, you know what I'm saying? I really like that. I really like the whole thing about that. And I don't know. I wish I would have had this sooner, you know what I mean? There's not really too much good of the gun of the week for this, you know what I'm saying? But, some of these guys have been getting on me lately. Where's the old funny Pwnstar? I mean, why are you so serious nowadays? And I tell them, oh, look at that dude. Ooh, yeah. He didn't know what to do. What I tell them is, I've been dealing with some real life stuff, like I mentioned in damn near all of my fucking videos. So, when it comes down to it, I get a little serious. If I'm struggling in real life, you know what I mean? I can't fake a smile, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't fucking work, with people. I can't fake a goddamn smile. They're like, you've got to smile. I'm like, you've got to shut the fuck up. I don't want to smile, okay? Deal with it. You want me to post numbers? I'll give you numbers. I'll fucking give you sales. I'm not fucking smiling. Fuck you. And that's what it is if I'm not in a happy-go-lucky mood, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna chill out, relax, and just be mellow. And that's somewhat where the serious Pwnstar comes out, where I just like to relax. And then there's the pissed off Pwnstar. There's the PMS Pwnstar, obviously. PMS Pwnstar. Sounds like a fucking ship. But as you can tell, I flipped through a handful of good weapons in this one. But yeah, I don't know. I have some fun in this game right here. I had a few good streaks. 70 and 5 is always a good game. That's like fucking, let me do the math. Don't judge me. 14 KD, something like that. If I'm wrong, don't you fucking put that in the comments. I dropped out of high school, okay? This was like 4 or 5 years ago. Speaking of which, I'll probably get that real talk up in the next couple weeks about my high school days. I know a lot of you guys have been like eagerly awaiting it. And I guess now that we're into this, and I'm just sitting here spraying across the map, hoping to get somebody that's moving at snail's pace. And I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. Do you like some of the serious thing? Do you like a refreshing comedy? Let me know what you guys like in some of my commentaries, because I'm going to mix it up a little bit. Obviously, when Gun of the Week comes out, I'm definitely, because not many people are going to know the guns, I'm definitely going to be focusing on tactics, using gunplay, everything like that. So it's probably not going to be, heavy, funny, commie, your mom jokes, you know what I mean? It's going to be, typical gunplay, at least for the first couple weeks, you know what I'm saying, until people find their mojo. And then I'll have my typical, gameplays where I'll post up random things like dominations or something, and I'll probably clown around, and then my real talk. So, I'm going to have a little bit of variety. But one thing I wanted to mention in here is, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and shoot you guys another guy here, since I said I was going to do one each video this week. I'm going to give you my buddy. He's a good friend of mine. I've probably known him in the Call of Duty community longer than anyone else on my friends list. His name is, I call him Irish. His actual name is, Indie Irish PSN is Is his, I believe, YouTube. I think he's got a K subscribers. He's a really good friend of mine. He's the guy that's currently running UCG right now. He's a really good friend of mine. He is the funniest guy I know. He is, if it's his accents, he's clowning around in lobbies. Dude, I game with him just to wait for that 40-second fucking lobby intermission because I crack up. So if you guys like funny guys and you want to come check him out, feel free to. He's a really good guy. He's a decent editor and everything like that. He likes doing funtages and all that hot stuff. He's actually a really good gamer too. He's really got a very good mix. You know, I can see him doing, you know, those 110 games like I do. I can see him doing that shit. So if you guys are interested in going it, the only thing is he can be a little risque sometimes. He can be really vulgar and whatnot. He's trying to tame himself down a little bit, but you know that's how it goes. And you just have to go ahead and deal with, you know, how he is. But I'm sure you guys will enjoy it. And you know, if there's any questions, you guys just leave it in here. If you go over there and see him, tell him I left my inhaler over there. He'll get the joke. All right, guys. This has been Pwnstar for Hire. Get it.